Okay, the title of the video should have given you some clue when not to use the Hyperfoam wheel and tire prep. I've mentioned several times in other videos that this is a very potent cleaner. It works extremely well. Spray it in the brush, scrub around the tire twice, rinse it off, and you've got 90 plus or better percent of all the gunk that's on the tire off, including old tire dressings. Now, I don't recommend using it each and every time, because once you've deep cleaned the tire with the Hyperfoam, if you're like me, you've applied the graphene acrylic tire shine and one of the spray waxes to the rims, and you wash the car frequently enough that the dust and dirt and brake dust and everything doesn't get built up too bad. Now on here you can see it's got a good amount of dirt on it, but as you also can see, just wiping my finger down, it got rid of it. So I don't want to remove the graphene acrylic tire shine from the tire, and I don't want to compromise the spray wax that's on the rim. So what I do, a car wash soap, 32-ounce bottle, maybe 2 ounces of car wash soap, the rest with water. Makes for an extremely strong mixture, but not strong enough to damage the spray coating on the rims or the dressing on the tires. But it is strong enough to get rid of the gunk that's there if used frequently. I use a medium bristle brush. You can see fairly long bristles. They do reach into the lug nut sockets to clean out in there. And I do it the same way that I do when I use the Hyperfoam. You rinse down the tire, get the brush wet, a couple of sprays into the brush, go around the tire twice, maybe another spray or two into the brush for the rims, go around the rims twice, rinse them off, check for mist spots. If you're clear of mist spots, you move on to the next tire. I will demonstrate that in a minute. Okay, step one is to hose the tire down to get rid of any loose or heavy junk. And as you can see, water pressure alone is not getting rid of the brake dust. The front brake pads on this car are very dust heavy, and after only a few miles of driving, this is what you get. Second step, get the brush wet, step in, spray down the brush with the soap, do the tire, and I don't know if you can see, but the water on the tire is still beading from the last application of the graphene acrylic tire shine. So it's still there, it's still working. I don't want to remove it. So I will move in, hopefully stay out of your way so you can see. Not that big of a deal really. You just go around the tire twice, go around the rim twice, get into the lug nuts, rinse, and then leave it be until the final drying of the car with the compressed air. And that's all there is to it. I'll bring you in. And as you can see, with the exception of a few curb rashes and other things, the rims, that's a rock chip, are clean. The tires, still beating water somewhat. I'll probably, just because it's me, put another coat of the graphene acrylic on there, as well as another coat of one of the spray sealants on the rim. But that's all it took. I did not need the Hyperfoam wheel and tire prep. It was just simply not dirty enough to require that potent of a cleaner. I will bring you back when I'm done with the car and I bring out the compressed air to dry the wheels and the rims, along with a used, no longer for paint, microfiber to mop up any excess. And then I'll do a walk around of the car and of the rims once they've been retreated. See you shortly. Okay, as you can see, the tire's mostly dry. I have not used the air compressor on this one yet, so there's still some water in there and probably a lot in the lug sockets. So give me a second. Got my air gun. Let me blow it out and see what happens. Okay, blew everything out. Got my never to be used on paint microfiber. Go around the tire and just kind of mop up the little drops that are left. And as you can see, I'll zoom in on the tire real quick. It's not shiny, it's not deep, dark clean, but it is clean. There is still some graphene acrylic tire shine left on it, but it could use a refresh. So as soon as I'm done waxing the car, putting another coat of Flex Wax on it, I'll refresh the tire shine and put another coat of Flex Wax on the rims. And as you can see, the bane of washing cars, rusty rotors. So give me a few minutes. I'll wax the car, refresh the tires, and I'll give you the final look. Okay, all done. Whole car's got a new coat of Flex Wax on it. The tires and rims. The tires have a fresh coat of the graphene acrylic tire shine. The rims all have a coat of Flex Wax. Take you a walk around, and the car itself looks like it always does when I'm done. The wheels and tires, deep glossy black, bright shiny silver. I guess this could be a part 2 of my one video, how to properly use the Hybrid Solutions Hyperfoam wheel and tire prep. Part 1 was know how much to use. You don't need to drown the tire. even if they're exceptionally bad. Get the tire wet, 2 to 3 sprays in a wet brush depending on how bad the rubber is and the rims. Start scrubbing a couple times and you're done. That's all you need. Part 2, I would have to say, is know when not to use it. If you regularly maintain your car like I do, maybe not as anal as I do, but say you wash it at least once a week, every 2 weeks, you routinely apply, after you clean them good with the Hyperfoam, you routinely apply a wax or sealant to the rims and the graphene acrylic tire coating. For quite some time, you're not going to need the Hyperfoam. As you saw from earlier in the video, plain car wash soap and water and a mild brush, and they look perfect. So that's my tip for today. Know when not to use it, when you don't need to. Just another way to save a little bit of money, because car wash soap is cheap, easily dilutable. Put it in a 32-ounce bottle, a couple ounces of wash soap, and you're good to go for door jams, rims, tires, grill, little emblem areas like that where the wash mitts just quite don't reach. That's all for today. Catch you next time.